really marks the first stage of an unprecedented technological advancement.
We're tracking something splintering off of the main group.
In 2005, scientists discovered a distant planet with an atmosphere almost identical to Earth, and they called it Planet G.
If there is intelligent life out there and they come here, it's going to be like Columbus and the Indians.
Just a year later, in 2006, NASA developed the most powerful transmission device ever, 5 times stronger than anything before it. And that marked the beginning of a historic mission called the Beacon Project. The goal was to make contact with whatever intelligent life might be out there on Planet G. So giant dish antennas were installed on the hills of Hawaii, and they started broadcasting a high-powered signal every 24 hours. The signal first hit a satellite in space, which then amplified it and sent it straight toward Planet G.
Ladies and gentlemen, please prepare to bear witness to the making of history.
Meanwhile, in the city of Oahu, Hawaii lived a reckless young guy named Alex Hopper with no goals, no discipline, just floating through life without a plan.
Cheers. I'm not choosing it.
But that all changed the moment when he saw a girl named Samantha, and one look was enough. He was hooked.
How do I look? Awesome. All right, princess, go get him.
In his attempt to impress her, he went way too far and ended up getting arrested. But lucky for him, his brother Stone Hopper was a commander in the U.S. Navy and bailed him out again. But this time, Stone dropped a bomb, because Samantha wasn't just any girl, she was the daughter of Admiral Terrence Shane, one of the Navy's top brass. But Alex didn't care, because he only saw Samantha, not her title or her father's rank.
It's time for a new course of action. You're joining me in the Navy.
Then the story picked up speed, and a few years passed. Alex still struggled with stubbornness and impulsiveness, but Samantha's love kept him grounded, and thanks to her, because Alex climbed the ranks and became a lieutenant aboard the destroyer USS John Paul Jones, and their relationship was now standing at the edge of marriage. But a major obstacle still loomed ahead. Samantha's father, Admiral Terrence Shane, still saw Alex as a reckless nobody, which is why Alex couldn't work up the courage to ask for Samantha's.
Give me your permission. It would be an honor to have your permission. Sir, give me your permission. What's your deal? It'd be a thankful honor to have your permission.
Talking to yourself, Mr. Hopper?
And at the time, Alex and his older brother, Commander Stone Hopper, were part of RIMPAC, the world's largest international naval exercise held in Hawaii. RIMPAC stands for Rim of the Pacific, a massive training event where navies from countries like the US, Japan, Australia, and South Korea join forces to practice coordination and combat scenarios. So if real war ever breaks out, they're ready to act as one. And Alex was stationed aboard the USS John Paul Jones, while Stone commanded the USS Sampson.
Good afternoon, Samson. Welcome to day 1 of the RIMPAC Naval War Games.
Each country's navy showcasing its combat skills. But just then, something terrifying happened in space. As the orbiting signal amplifier satellite transmitted a message toward Planet G, a mysterious portal suddenly opened in the same direction. And from that portal emerged 5 unidentified alien objects, which are massive, fast, and pulled by some gravitational force barreling straight toward Earth. But one of them collided with a satellite, and the impact was violent. The satellite exploded, and the alien object's trajectory changed. 4 of them plunged into the ocean near Hawaii, but the 5th one crash-landed in Hong Kong, unleashing catastrophic destruction. The world went into panic as NASA scientists and US government officials called an emergency meeting. And the theory was that these alien crafts came from Planet G, which meant there was intelligent life out there, and now it had responded. But the question that chilled everyone was this contact, or was it war? Meanwhile, naval forces training in the Pacific Ocean got word of the alien crash, because one of the objects had landed just a few miles from their position. So acting quickly, the captain of Alex's ship coordinated with Stone and a nearby Japanese vessel, and the 3 destroyers set off toward the impact site to assess the situation. At the same time, NASA received crucial intel from China saying the alien object that crashed in Hong Kong was made of an unknown element not found anywhere on Earth, and it appeared to be some kind of communication device. But it had been completely destroyed in the crash, and the big question remained: why had the aliens sent a communication device to Earth? Were they trying to contact someone?
You gotta stop tapping.
You're tapping. You're the loud.
Back on the ocean, Alex Stone and the Japanese ship closed in on the crash site. And then they saw a strange structure emerging from the sea. It looked like an alien craft. But from a distance, it was hard to tell if it was a ship or something else. So they observed it for a while, but there was no movement and no signs of life. It just eerie silence. That's when Captain Stone ordered Alex and 2 soldiers to investigate. So the team boarded a small boat and carefully approached the object. and they found a towering alien pillar rooted deep into the ocean floor, massive and bizarre.
This is the U.S. Navy warship John Paul Jones. I'm attempting to communicate with you. Prepare to be boarded.
Alex jumped onto a nearby surface and made his way toward the pillar, wading through shallow water, and the structure was covered in strange raised symbols. But the moment he touched one, a violent electric surge blasted him back, and he hit the water hard. Then suddenly, the area lit up as two platforms next to the pillar erupted with energy that shot straight into the sky. Within seconds, an invisible energy shield formed around the pillar, trapping all three destroyers inside, and no signal could escape and no help could get in. It was like being trapped in a bottle surrounded by silence and sealed off by invisible walls, but no idea what would happen next.
It's the North Koreans, I'm telling you.
At the same time, an Air Force jet was racing toward the same location. Inside the shield, every soldier on the destroyers went into high alert, weapons were armed, and tension skyrocketed. Meanwhile, Alex and his two teammates were still near the alien pillar, and what they saw was terrifying, because the water around them started swirling violently like something massive was rising from deep under the sea. And then it happened, 3 enormous alien ships burst out of the water, leaping like dolphins before taking strategic positions around the pillar like an elite guard unit. And everyone was frozen with fear. But Alex noticed the alien ships were covered in thick, impenetrable windshields, which meant something or someone was likely inside, but they couldn't see in. Then suddenly, one of the alien ships released a high-frequency sound wave, and the shockwave shattered the glass on all the ships and temporarily deafened the crew.
What the hell is this?
And this wasn't just a warning, it was a declaration of war. So Captain Stone wasted no time. He gave the order to strike, and one of their missiles launched straight at an alien ship. But it missed, and just seconds later, the aliens fired back. A barrage of missiles rained down, and Stone's ship took a direct hit. It exploded on impact, completely destroyed, and everyone aboard was killed, including Stone. And Alex watched his brother die right in front of him. He was frozen in shock, but that shock quickly turned to rage. So he rushed back to his destroyer looking for the captain.
They're dead. CO and XO are dead.
And the news hit Alex hard. But it also meant that he was now the highest-ranking officer on the ship. And for a moment, he hesitated.
Please, just give me an order. I don't know what to do, sir.
But then the fire inside him took over. He had to avenge his brother, so he ordered his team to load all weapons and prepare to attack, and his ship was now locked and ready to fight back with full force. And seeing Alex mobilize the captain of the Japanese ship, Nagata alerted his own crew ready to back him up, even though the alien ships had gone completely still again. The battle was far from over, but the moment Alex and Nagata pointed their weapons at the alien ship, it suddenly came alive again. And within seconds, it unleashed another missile barrage straight at Nagata's destroyer, and the ship exploded on impact. But luckily, Nagata and his remaining crew jumped into the ocean and survived. That's when it hit Alex. Impulsive decisions and emotional reactions could get everyone killed. So he took a deep breath, calmed himself down, and ordered his crew to lower their weapons, and just like that, the alien ship went quiet again. Then Alex immediately rescued Nagata and his surviving crew and brought them aboard his ship. But the danger was far from over suddenly. That massive alien pillar started shifting again, and a spacecraft-like object emerged from the structure accompanied by 3 spinning drones, and they immediately shot off toward the populated city area. These weren't ordinary drones. These were shredder drones, highly destructive, and if they detected any military tech or weapons, even cars, helicopters, or humans carrying gear, they obliterated it instantly, and they began wreaking havoc across the nearby zones, leveling everything in their path. Meanwhile, Alex's girlfriend Samantha was on the slopes of Oahu Island with a retired Army vet named Mick Canales. Because Samantha was a physical therapist and Mick had lost both legs in the war and she was helping him walk again using prosthetic limbs. But Oahu Island was also inside the invisible alien shield, meaning all signals were completely jammed. Suddenly, Samantha and Mick spotted an alien ship flying past the mountain trail and they froze in shock.
What was that?
I'm not sure.
Some moments later, a local police unit arrived and they warned Samantha and Mick that an alien attack had just happened in the area, and the officers told them to head home and then continued toward the observatory nearby, where the alien ship landed. Its hatch opened and out stepped several aliens armored head to toe, moving in total silence. But with deadly intent, without hesitation, they stormed the observatory, and the peaceful mountain air was now filled with chaos and screams at the same time. But the police unit approached the observatory completely unaware of the danger they were walking into. Then one of the aliens jumped right in front of them and punched straight through the windshield of their car. And the attack was lightning fast. Before anyone could react, the entire squad was wiped out. Back near the sea, Alex's crew had just made a shocking discovery. They found an armored alien floating in the water, and everyone surrounded the body anxious to see what or who was inside that suit. Then Alex slowly pulled off the alien's helmet, and what they saw made everyone step back in fear. Its face had a structure similar to a man's, but its beard looked like sharp spikes. Its fingers were long and twisted in unnatural ways. So Alex opened its eyes and shined a flashlight. Alien deep black eyes stared back at him. Then suddenly, just like a chameleon, the eyes changed color and the alien woke up without warning. It grabbed Alex's face with its wide clawed hand, and in that moment, Alex was flooded with visions. He saw the alien's mind. Their entire plan became clear. They were preparing for a full-scale invasion of Earth. Before Alex could react, his teammates pulled the alien away from him. But right then, a massive explosion rocked the ship through the smoke and flames, and 2 more aliens stormed in. But they didn't even acknowledge the soldiers. They simply lifted their injured comrade and walked out. Even Alex stood there, shaking his mind, reeling with everything he had just seen. Meanwhile, NASA had uncovered a terrifying truth: the aliens were trying to send a signal back to their home planet to summon reinforcements. Originally, they had a communication system that crash-landed in China, but it had been destroyed. Now they were modifying a transmitter located on Hawaii's island. That's why they had captured the island. But only 5 alien ships had made it to Earth so far, and look at the destruction they'd already caused. What if they actually succeeded in calling more? Meanwhile, Samantha was still making her way toward the observatory with Mick, but then a man came running toward Samantha and Mick. He looked terrified. His name was Cal Zapata, a scientist from the Beacon Project. He told them that aliens had taken over the observatory. They had killed all the scientists, and now they were preparing to send a signal to their home planet. And Cal explained that their deep space satellite, which amplifies long-distance signals, comes into the perfect alignment only once every 24 hours, and the next window just 5 hours away. If the aliens managed to send that signal in time, it would be the end of the world. This wasn't just about one island anymore. It was about saving all of humanity right there. So they made a decision. They had to stop the aliens no matter what it took. Meanwhile, back on the ship, Alex and his team were racing against time too. But one of the technicians had discovered something unusual while analyzing the alien's helmet. He showed Alex an image of a lizard called a leopard gecko. Its eyes looked exactly like the aliens. So he explained that these geckos are extremely sensitive to sunlight and the alien helmet. It worked like a super advanced pair of sunglasses. It even contained moisture and a thin layer of oxygen. It meant one thing: these aliens might be hypersensitive to sunlight just like the gecko. That could explain why the aliens didn't attack them directly earlier. Maybe they couldn't even see them properly. It's possible that the aliens rely entirely on their helmet scanners to detect threats and only react to weapons or signals that appear dangerous. And now Alex had found a weakness: the aliens couldn't see them. They could only detect weapons, and that changed everything. Now that Alex knew the aliens' weakness, he was determined to use it against them, and the Japanese commander Nagata was right by his side. But to destroy the mothership, they first had to deal with night, because visibility was almost zero. And worse, the alien energy field had knocked out the ship's radar completely blind. They couldn't see any enemy ships on the screen. Tension was high across the Navy crew. That's when Nagata came up with a strange but brilliant idea. He told Alex about NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, around Hawaii. NOAA had placed tsunami warning buoys devices that detect undersea activity like earthquakes or massive underwater movements. Since the alien ships were slicing through the ocean at high speed, their weight and motion were disturbing the water, so those buoys could detect those disturbances. So Alex and Nagata created a grid. Each buoy became a detection point. As the water moved, they could track the alien ship's direction and speed, like seeing without eyes. Soon, they noticed something: all 3 alien destroyer ships were heading straight for them. Maybe the aliens had sensed a threat, but their movement formed a pattern, and Alex and Nagata cracked it. Then, using perfect timing and positioning, they launched a surprise counterattack. 2 alien ships gone in one strike, and the entire team erupted in celebration for the first time, and they believed they could actually win this. Meanwhile, Samantha was desperately trying to contact Alex, but the aliens had jammed all signals on the island too. Still, there was one good thing: Cal was with them. He explained that the aliens were using an electromagnetic field to block communications. But Cal had a special spectrum analyzer device that could help them contact Alex. Then, sneaking past the aliens, Cal slipped into the observatory and grabbed the device. Right then, Samantha called Alex and told him the aliens were setting up a communication system on Oahu Island to call their army. They had only 4 hours left. They had to destroy the entire island. Before then, suddenly the call disconnected. At that moment, Alex realized the aliens had caught on to their plan. The last remaining alien ship changed its pattern and began circling their ship from behind in the dark. But Alex got an idea. He kept running from the alien ship until sunrises. Then Alex maneuvered his ship behind Oahu Island and brought it face to face with the alien ship. He fired directly, shattering its windshield, and the aliens inside became like the blind. All they could see was the glare. In that moment, Alex and Nagata launched rockets and destroyed that ship too. So Alex and his team were filled with hope and energy. But just then, the mothership sent 2 shredder drones that attacked and destroyed Alex's ship. Luckily, Alex Nagata and the rest escaped on boats. But losing the destroyer ship was a huge setback. Meanwhile, seen through a telescope on Oahu, there Samantha watched Alex's ship get destroyed. She feared she had lost him. But with losing Alex came the even deeper fear who would stop the aliens now. That's when Mick showed courage. Then he set off with Samantha in a police car toward the observatory, where the aliens were about to finish their communication setup. Meanwhile, Alex's team was moving toward the shore. Hopeless fighting aliens without ships or weapons was impossible. That's when Alex spotted an old battleship called the Missouri docked nearby. Until now, it had only been used as a museum. But now that old ship was about to become their weapon against the alien invasion. So Alex reached the old ship with his team. The ship was 70 years old, and its control system was outdated, and the soldiers were unfamiliar with it. Luckily, they found brave old sailors on board who had once operated that ship. These veterans were called as guests for a training exercise, but had been trapped inside the alien's invisible shield. Now these old sailors fought alongside Alex together. They transformed the old museum ship back into a battle. But the fight wasn't easy because one side was the alien mothership with advanced technology and massive size. On the other side was Alex's 70-year-old battleship Missouri. Still fearless, Alex and his brave team launched a direct attack on the mothership. Though the aliens were far more advanced and powerful, maybe they didn't know one thing, that humans had unmatched courage and cleverness, because Alex kept his ship away from the alien ship aim and firing missiles again and again. Finally, they destroyed the alien mothership. With its destruction, the invisible shield vanished, and the Navy stationed outside gained a clear path, and the Admiral quickly prepared the Air Force to strike. But the danger was not over. The aliens on Oahu Island had managed to set up their communication device, and once the signal was sent, more alien forces would attack Earth. Just then, Samantha and Mick arrived in a speeding vehicle. They crashed directly into the alien communication device and shutting it down. But Samantha and Mick were now face to face with death. Then an alien attacked them. Though disabled, Mick fought back fiercely. He smashed the alien's helmet off, blinded by the sunlight. The alien couldn't see Mick properly. Still, the alien struck Mick down with a powerful blow, and the alien was about to stab Mick with a dagger. Then Cal appeared and began beating the alien, and taking the chance, Mick grabbed the alien again. He told Cal to take Samantha away quickly. Meanwhile, the other aliens had repaired their device again. They were ready to send the signal, but here Alex's ship had only one missile left and loading it. Alex aimed at the alien communication device on Oahu Island. But then they saw the mothership was not completely destroyed. The mothership launched 3 Shredder drones toward Alex's ship. Alex and his team had no weapons left to stop them, so Alex and Nagata realized this was the end for them before dying. They fired the missile at the alien communication device. As the alien started sending the signal, an explosion destroyed the device and killed all the aliens there. But death was now upon Alex and his team, and the Shredder drones were about to hit their ship. Then suddenly 3 missiles appeared out of nowhere. They destroyed all 3 drones mid-air. It was the Air Force unit coming to help Alex and his team. Then they completely destroyed the alien mothership. And a big thanks goes to Alex because his brave team humanity was saved from destruction. The world was spared from a war no one had seen or understood before. And Samantha, Mick, and Cal had also reached a safe place before the explosion. Then Alex was honored like a hero in the end. Admiral Terenshen, who once thought Alex was useless and careless, he accepted Alex and Samantha's bond. So, with that, this story ends here.